Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another action-packed night of Heartland Football Friday. A lot of great games, of course, keeping our fingers crossed and staying in close contact with Madeline, who's doing a great job on the weather, keeps giving us good news right heading into the night. Hope it stays that way, of course, but right now, time to head out live to Luke for a preview of the game of the night. Dexter at Sykeston. Luke, take it away.
Well, Todd, the good news, at least, is that the weather is holding. We got overcast all over, but not felt any raindrops. It's actually a little bit nippy. You know, I don't believe I'm saying this for the first week of September. I wish I probably brought a sweatshirt. It might get cold tonight, but it's going to be hot on the field. Dexter, Sykeston, both these programs combined for over 100 points last week. You know, Sykeston scored 70. Dexter scored, I believe, 61 in their win over Malden. Pretty dominant offenses. Who's going to be the one to step up defensively? That's probably what's going to win this game. Last year, wasn't that close, but Sykeston is a lot stronger. Could be close. Dexter might have an edge just because of their experience. Todd.
All right, Luke, looking forward to that one tonight. Several other big games we're following on Heartland Football Friday, including home games for Cape Central and Jackson. 2 games under the lights in the city of Perryville. Scott City heads to Kelly. I'll be heading that way shortly. And a big rivalry game in Southern Illinois between West Frankfort and Heron. All your scores and highlights of these games. And, of course, a lot more coming up tonight at 10:15 on Heartland Football Friday. And the opening night of the NFL season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, they're on a path, hopefully, for another trip to the Super Bowl. Tough matchup tonight, though. It is not the fourth quarter, of course. It is obviously starting at 7 o'clock. That's my bad on that. But they will be playing in Brazil and about a half hour from now when they'll kick that game off. And, of course, we'll update that one tonight on Heartland Football Friday. Meanwhile, Cardinals hosting the Giants tonight at 7:15. Both teams still hoping maybe for a chance to the wild card. That's a look at sports. We'll see you tonight on Heartland Football Friday.